Hello everyone, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a junk journal with me video today. I'm going to be finishing up a junk journal and starting a new one. This is my personal junk journal, so it's going to be a complete flip through. I have a few pages to finish up in it, and then I'll be jumping into my new one. So I'll show you my new one in a few minutes. I have some ephemera here I'm going to be using. These are from my new website, vintageimageclub.com. The link will be in the description box below. You can register monthly or yearly to get hundreds of public domain commercial use images. I've created a lot of easy print sheets ready to go for you. Just print them out, multiples to a page, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. And every week I'll be adding new images. I've had several people sign up already and it's been wonderful. Just added some new images today. So I hope you will check that out. All of these ephemera over here to the side, these are just a very small number of the ones I have available, but I'm going to be using some of them in my journal. So this is my personal junk journal. It was made for me by Ellsie Bels Bookshelf. Her link should be in the description box as well if you want to get a journal made from her, made by her. She created this one. I've been loving the lemons. To me, lemons are really in 2019. And I just thought that was super fun for the summer, but the summer is kind of wrapping up. We're almost into September. I'm ready for a new journal, and let's get started on this flip through. And then when we get to the end, there's a couple pages left where we'll be adding this ephemera. So it is chunky, very chunky, but it is nice and flexible, and there's lace ties so I can keep it all closed up. So here it is in all of its chunky glory. So I like to keep, whenever I work in a junk journal that I haven't made, I like to keep a business card or some note for who made it. So this is Ellie's card, and then she created this. That's still in the front pocket. I did remove a couple of things I didn't use. She's done this gorgeous collaging in here, and I wrote a little bit about my boys' school on that card. I've done some journaling. I've added quotes from my kids. I had some stamps from India. I had ordered some sari fabric and it had these stamps, so I wanted to add that. I have this flower that came in Happy Mail. I bought these shelving units at Goodwill. There were two of them. They were $10 each. I love them so much. They're perfect for what I need them for. But I thought these tags were really cool, so I included them in here as ephemera. Some of these pages I have described or I've created on camera before, so I'm not going to talk about every page, but I've added a little note from my husband on this page. Vintage music flashcard from Feed the Birdies. I like to add business cards and notes from you guys when you send them to me. I try to add as many as I can. And I just like to add pretty packaging and things like that. My son Zeke did these stickers, love on one side and Zeke on the other. Ellie made a collage there. This came in some packaging. It was a really pretty quilt top that I've added. Done journaling, little collage from JoAnn. I like to stuff things in pockets. My son bought this Sonic watch. I like to keep ephemera from things that they purchase as well. Again, a card from someone. I like quotes from my kids. My son said, "What happens when the UPS truck runs out of packages?" And he was really serious. I thought that was so cute. This is a postcard someone sent me from Lake George, New York. I went there as a child, and so I thought that was fun to put in there. I used to live near there. My son Watson made me these little hearts. He punched them all out, colored them with pink marker, put them in one of my organza bags, so I had to keep that. Fatima from the Magnolia Seed wrote Watson this adorable card and sweet little note, and I wanted to include it in here. I knew if I just let him play with it, we would lose it and it would get ripped. So, of course, I showed it to him and kept it in here. He's only 4. My boys are really into Minecraft right now, so I added this little comic book that came with one of their toys. A little bit about the weather I journaled. I like to keep packaging from candles sometimes just to remember the different scents that I've enjoyed. I mean, and there's lots of just layering, adding extra washi tapes and stickers and things like that as well. This was a Play-Doh creation my son made. This is a postcard from JoAnn, a paint chip bookmark from JoAnn. Like to add envelopes with my name on it. Starting to keep receipts from our library and then just kids' books that we're getting out to read. Notes from people. I think Watson, either Watson or Jethro did that. I should have marked who that was from. But just bits and pieces of ephemera. Oh, this fell off. But this was my Lacau Traveler's Notebook cover that has sponsored video on. And so I have the packaging from that. Jethro's learning how to cut, and so we cut all the edges. He cut all the edges of this, and we drew a funny face on it. More wax melt packaging. Done more little conversations with my kids. Little scraps and samples. Some mail from my niece. Little notes. JoAnn made me this beautiful set. More journaling. Card from one of you lovely people. This was from Sherry, actually. She made the card. Sent me a sweet note. This adorable little cutout. This husky packaging came from, or paper, came from the shelves my husband put up for me. I like to add sometimes food packaging of things that I buy that I think are cute or we would like to remember in the future when, you know, you can no longer get those things. Little mail bits and pieces. Notes, 10 things that make me happy. I've used my Capture Creativity digital journal kit. You can get that on my website, but I did this spread in a video. Little note to myself. Little fabric bookmark. I think this was Watson, one of his Sunday school lessons. Just more little bits and pieces of packaging, cards. I've done stamping, little more toy packaging. All sorts of packaging from things, from gifts. Shaker. Journaling. I don't do a whole lot of writing in my journals. I do a lot of just keeping mementos. Little snippets that I created to sell. You see there's notes in here that I can pull out later. Craft projects that my boys make. At Chick-fil-A, the kids' meals had these coupon codes to rent movies. So we rented How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, and had a family movie night. So I dated that. Another card from one of you. And then another, Judith sent me this lovely note. And then these are actual World War II ration stamps that she sent me. I had to add those. She also sent me these vintage Disneyland tickets, and I had to keep them. They are so amazing. So I've kept them in here. I wish I knew the year on them, but they're just so amazing. More mail and notes. Look at how pretty. I was from one of you. I think that was Lonnie who did that. Okay, so we're getting to where we're going to need to add some stuff, I think. Yeah, so we'll stop kind of here. And I want to add on this page, I know it's so chunky, but I want to pick a couple pieces of ephemera from my new website. So I'm trying to use up this gold ink. It is almost gone. I've used it a lot. It's not very juicy anymore. But I'm trying to use up what I can. And I'm going to glue on, grab my glue here, some of this ephemera. And then I'm going to make a note about the opening of my new website. I do hope you guys will check it out. There were some questions about the website and downloading the images and how that all works or how you sign up. When you go onto it, you just click on, there's a whole bunch of freebies, a whole bunch of free images you can just grab. There's one free image per collection and so on. But if you want the rest of the images, you have to click on, when you click on it, it'll say register. And then that gives you the rest of all of the images. So you would just fill out your information to register. I'm looking over here to the side for ephemera. And then you can choose monthly or yearly. You will save $10 if you choose the yearly option. And it's only $5 a month for monthly, $50 for the entire year. It's an auto renew until you cancel it. And I add new things every single week, so you won't want to miss out on that. But the way that you save the images in the easy print sheets, all you have to do is, if you're on a computer, right click, save as, and then save it wherever you want on your computer. If you're on a tablet, try, I don't know, it depends upon the tablet how you save, but try pressing on it and seeing if there's a save, however you normally would save images. So here, see, what is today? Today is August 26th, so it was August 24th I launched my website. So I'm going to say launched vintage image club.com, and that way I have a memory of that. I have a blank page here, so I might want to add more ephemera. Let's see, maybe one of these pretty sewing machine ones. These also come on my website. It's a little booklet from the company called Domestic, and they made these sweet little sewing machines. Nice thing about all of the images on my website is they're public domain. I have done the research to make sure that if they are not 1923 or before, that they are indeed public domain, because there are further rules and things that take a little bit longer to research. So if they're not before then I will have done the research to make sure that they are public domain and you won't get into trouble using them for commercial purposes. Let's see, do I want to add? That's kind of neat. So when I get to the end of a journal and I don't have a whole bunch more to journal about, and I know that I'm just going to have items to put into the journal, sometimes I like to just add pretty things to look at on some of the pages so that it just kind of fills it up and finishes it. I'm just going to leave the music paper because that's really pretty. Just seeing if there's anything else that I need to add. I have this pretty coffee dyed, but nothing to go on it. Oh, I know, I've got more stuff here. Let's see. Maybe I'll draw from this box here. This is from Green Apple Gifts. It was one of her deluxe stationery boxes. I should have a link in the description box below. I don't know if I think she sold out. I'm not sure, but like here's her little adorable, what's that called? Business card. I'm going to make sure that is tucked in somewhere. Some of these things are just way too pretty to actually use. I think I'll just replace that with this, and then I'll use this in another journal. This is like this gorgeous eco-dyed paper. I can't use it, it's just so pretty. It needs to be memorialized in my journal. Okay, so we have a blank page here. I'm off to the side. I don't know whether you can see it, but I'm just looking through this stationery box. I know there's just some items that are really pretty that I probably want to put in my journal. So I'm trying to do that one-handed. Here we go. The Seeds of Inspiration stationery box. I want to make sure that gets in there. Looks pretty. Some of the, I'll add a little bit of the fabric from the box down here. Colors go really well too. When the journal gets so chunky, it is really hard to work in. You have to kind of keep a hand holding it open, but that's okay. Makes it super fun to look through. And of course, I only have my fine line glue in here, so it takes forever to add glue. I'm just going to add a little bit of that fabric down here. I really can't add that much more, or oh my goodness. Oh, here's her note about the Seeds of Inspiration box. So I think I will stick that right there. What am I going to put over here? I do have more things, but they are, oh, I know. This fabric came in some Happy Mail, and I think it is beautiful. And this was the packaging for it. So I want to make a fabric flip. And I think the yellow goes absolutely perfect in my journal. There we go. And you don't have to even glue on a fabric flip. If you have a stapler or even just a paper clip, you can tuck it in. Look at how pretty that looks. Okay, I've got this page. Do I have anything else over here I want to add? I'm sure I do. It's just hard looking with one hand. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll add another one of my pieces of ephemera. I am loving these birds, and I think they go really well with my journal. Not every piece of real estate has to be covered in the journal. You can leave some blank spaces just that are pretty and that you can look at. There's no perfect way to make a junk journal. So here we come to the end, and this journal is officially completed. Super chunky. I'm going to officially tie it up and find a spot on my shelf for it. And then I'm going to introduce you to my new journal. And it is created by Paperie. It was a gift. Look at how cute. I think that the colors are great for late summer and early autumn. It is a very small, well, not small as in length and width, but it's small as it's only one signature, and I chose that on purpose because I wanted to fill one up pretty quickly. After I fill all this up, maybe it'll be time to think about a Christmas one. Not sure. So this is going to be my next one. I am really happy with it. It is so adorable. She used these little binder dividers to make the cover. This is about the journal, so I'm going to keep that in there. And then I'm just going to do a quick flip through so you can see it. It's just so pretty. So I don't think I have anything to add to it right away. Maybe I'm going to add this coffee dyed index card so I have another place to write. So I'll just add that in there. But I have all these gorgeous pages to work with. and I am so excited. Now this one does not have a tie, so if it gets pretty chunky, I'm gonna have to grab some lace or something like that to make sure that I can tie it up, but this should not take me very long to fill up. So welcome to my new personal junk journal. I can't wait to start working in it with you guys and showing you all of that. Please check out my new website, vintageimageclub.com. Give this video a great big thumbs up and hit subscribe if you would like to see more content from my channel. Thank you so much for following me, for watching this video. I really appreciate it.